Your responsibility lies in realizing your child's future dreams. Minimuthu Dayada Children's Insurance from Sri Lanka Insurance. Call 235-7357.
In a few moments, the news.
Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.45, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The morning news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Soundithavam. A police curfew has been imposed in Dewlapitiya, Minuwangoda and Veyangoda. The daughter of the COVID-19 infected woman has also tested positive for the virus. The second school term holidays commences from today. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says ensuring national security is the first and foremost responsibility of the government. In world news, doctors say the US president may leave hospital today. A police curfew has been imposed in the Veyangoda Police Division in the Gampaha district and will be enforced until further notice. Earlier, the police curfew was implemented in the Dewlapitiya and Minuwangoda Police Divisions. The curfew has been enforced as a measure to control the spread of the COVID-19 infection, as a 39-year-old woman employed at an apparel factory in Dewlapitiya, Minuwangoda tested positive for the virus. Meanwhile, steps have been taken to impose travel restrictions in the Minuwangoda and Ganhinmulla Gramanilidari divisions, as well as the Bemmulla, Horagasmulla, Dewlapitiya, Vavagedara, Hapuvalana and Henpitigedara villages. The 39-year-old infected woman has been admitted to the IDH hospital after being identified as corona-infected by conducting a PCR test at the Gampaha hospital when she was leaving the hospital. Accordingly, 15 of the hospital staff and 40 persons of the private institute she was employed in were also directed for self-quarantine. Further investigations are being conducted as to how she contracted the virus. The daughter of the COVID-19 infected woman from Dewlapitiya, Minuwangoda, has also tested positive for the virus, confirmed the commander of the army, Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva. 6 members of the family of the infected woman were placed under quarantine at the Habaradua Quarantine Centre and were subjected to PCR testing yesterday. The results of the PCR tests indicate that the 16-year-old daughter of the woman has also contracted the novel coronavirus. The Ministry of Education says all schools in the island will be closed from today. The ministry said the second school term holidays that was due to commence on the 9th of October has accordingly been brought forward. The ministry said all government schools will therefore close today, the 5th of October. The Ministry of Women's Affairs and Child Development says all preschools island-wide will be closed from today until further notice due to the COVID-19 concerns. Moreover, the media spokesman for the Archdiocese of Colombo said all Catholic schools would also be closed from today in parallel to the government's decision. The senior lecturer of mass communication at the University of Kelaniya, Vijayananda Rupasinghe, said that the University of Kelaniya will be closed for 1 week from today. He also added that the Vikramarachi Ayurveda Institute, which is also affiliated with the Kelaniya University, will also be closed for 1 week from today. The Minister of Health, Pavitra Vanniyarachi, yesterday called on the public to continue to support activities and authorities to prevent the spread of the novel coronavirus in the country. The Health Minister urged the public to maintain social distancing, wear face masks, cover the nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing, and to wash hands frequently. The minister added with the detection of the COVID-19 patient from the community, musical shows and social gatherings will have to be halted once again for a particular time period. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Minimuthu Dayada Children's Insurance from Sri Lanka Insurance. Call 235-7357.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says ensuring national security is the first and foremost responsibility of the government. Issuing a statement, the president said he is not prepared to hand over the power of arresting or arbitrarily releasing people to politicians as he claimed happened in the past. The head of state added he will also take action to rectify any omissions or mistakes made by the relevant authorities or officials. President Rajapaksa assured citizens that he will not forsake the trust they placed in him and reiterated he will continue to work towards strengthening the people's trust. The Central Environmental Authority and the Department of Posts have jointly declared the week from today to the 10th as the National Electronic Waste Management Week 2020 to commemorate World Postal Day, which falls on October 9th. Speaking at a media conference held at the Government Information Department, Environment Minister Mahinda Amaraveera said that an island-wide program to collect e-waste is to be implemented during this week under the theme A Breathing Country, a Sri Lanka Free of Electronic Waste, with the financial assistance of the Sri Lanka Telecom Mobitel. People will be able to hand over e-waste in their houses to post officers during this week from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's local news.
In the ever-changing world, our children's dreams are much larger. We need to plan ahead if we want to make their dreams a reality.
The King of Insurance introduces the Minimuthu Dayada Children's Insurance. 125% of the sum assured after maturity. Mother, father or guardian receives 5 times the insured amount as the insurance cover. 1,000 rupees per day hospitalization cover. Your responsibility lies in realizing your child's future dreams. Minimuthu Dayada Children's Insurance from Sri Lanka Insurance. Call 235-7357.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The public day of all government officers, which was scheduled to be held today, has been cancelled. Secretary to the Ministry of Public Services, Provincial Councils and Local Government, J.J. Ratnasiri, announced the decision, issuing a press release. More information regarding the public day due for the next week will be announced later, the statement read. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
In Watchlight, the residents in the Matara Mulatiana area point out the need of a bus stand in the Dehiandara town, which belongs to the Matara Mulatiana Pradeshya Sabha. Due to this lack, they are facing many difficulties in their travelling. This is for the attention of the relevant authorities and came to you in Watchlight. In world news, in the headlines, doctors say the US president may leave hospital today. Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, major cities hit as heavy fighting continues. And Prime Minister Modi to inaugurate Artificial Intelligence Race Summit today. Doctors treating US President Donald Trump for COVID-19 say he could be discharged from hospital as early as today if his condition continues to improve. Trump's doctors said last morning that the president is no longer complaining of shortness of breath and is walking around. They said his blood oxygen levels have returned to normal. The medical team said their hope is that they can plan for a discharge to the White House as early as today if the president continues to look and feel as well as he did yesterday. Trump has been undergoing treatment at the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center since Friday. Azerbaijan's second-largest city has been shelled by Armenian forces as heavy clashes continue over the disputed Nagorno-Karabakh enclave. The enclave is officially part of Azerbaijan but run by ethnic Armenians. The self-proclaimed authorities have said they hit Ganja's military airport after Azerbaijani forces shelled the region's capital. Azerbaijan says no military sites were hit. More than 220 people have died since clashes began a week ago. Armenia and Azerbaijan went to war over Nagorno-Karabakh in 1998 to 1994, eventually declaring a ceasefire. However, they have never reached a settlement over the dispute. The current fighting is the worst seen since a ceasefire, and the two former Soviet republics have been blaming each other. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the summit Race 2020 Responsible AI for Social Empowerment 2020 today. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and NITI Aayog are organizing the mega virtual summit on artificial intelligence AI from today to the 9th of October. Race 2020 will be a global meeting of minds to exchange ideas and chart a course for using AI for social transformation, inclusion and empowerment in areas like healthcare, agriculture, education and smart mobility, among other sectors. Back to the headlines of the world news. Doctors say the US president may leave hospital today. Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, major cities hit as heavy fighting continues. And Prime Minister Modi to inaugurate Artificial Intelligence Race Summit today. That concludes this bulletin of world news, and on to development news. Several viharas in the southern province will be renovated under the government's Vihara Development Programme. District Secretary Somaratna Vidhanapathirana says that renovation activities of 19 viharas in the district have already commenced. 2 million rupees has been spent for the project. That's development news, and on to sports. The appointment of an advisory committee and national selection committee of the Sports and Youth Affairs Ministry was held under the patronage of the Minister Namal Rajapaksa at the ministry recently. The Army Commander, Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva, is the chairman of the National Selection Committee. That's sports news. We look at business news next.
The wait is over, and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The 16th annual Build Sri Lanka Housing and Construction International Exhibition 2020, organised by the Chamber of Construction Industry Sri Lanka, was held last week at the BMICH. This expo was opened by State Minister of Rural Housing and Construction and Building Material Industries Indika Anuruddha, State Minister of Urban Development, Coast Conservation, Waste Disposal and Community Cleanliness Nalaka Godaheva, and MP Premnath C. Dolavatta and other invitees. The invitees said that the government will support the construction industry to recover fast and to be a catalyst for economic growth. That's business news, economic news to follow.
The wait is over, and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta, did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
15 million rupees has been approved for the first phase of the food production and safety program of the Gampaha district. This program will be implemented in Pamunugama, Jayala, Katana, Adiambalama and Suryapalawa agricultural areas. More than 1,000 families will benefit from this project. That's economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. Heard you gave a treat for everyone in your department yesterday.
Yeah.
When will be our treat, huh?
Well, how about today?
Oh no, I was just joking. We'll have a party with your new salary.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th phase offer from 14th September to 11th October. Win gifts worth in 100,000s for every over 3,000 rupees bill. Visit CIB today.
The Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in the Sabragamo and southern provinces. Several spells of light showers may occur in the western and central provinces. Fairly strong gusty winds of about 40 kilometers per hour can be expected in the northern, north central, northwestern and southern provinces, Nuwara and Trincomalee districts, and in the western slopes of the central hills.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th phase offer from 14th September to 11th October. Win gifts worth in 100,000s for every over 3,000 rupees bill. Visit CIB today.
To conclude this news broadcast, a recap of the headlines. A police curfew has been imposed in Devulapitiya, Minuwangoda and Veyangoda. The daughter of the COVID-19 infected woman has also tested positive for the virus. The second school term holidays commences from today. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says ensuring national security is the first and foremost responsibility of the government. And doctors say the US president may leave hospital today.